Let me close up my coat. It's a little cold out here. But I got a question, and I really want y'all to answer me. I'll only drop the link if y'all want me to drop the link, because most times when I drop the link, y'all don't use it anyway. So I stopped putting it in the chat because it doesn't even make sense to drop it. But I really want y'all to answer this for me because I just finished watching a video done by Princella on what is that lady's channel? Somebody come listen to this page. And it was about the interview that Umar Johnson did recently with two idiotic black dudes on a podcast in reference to, once again, doesn't surprise me, relationships, right? So I really, really want to know because it's really driving me crazy, right? I want to know, black women, are y'all really that starved for information and are so embedded in the dysfunction and ignorance of black communities that you really don't have a renaissance knowledge of the world where you actually think that the things that Princella is saying is profound. The way that stupid women promote her, I can understand. Like somebody like Crystal Swirls, because she tries to promote her a lot now too. And she clearly showed you how much of an idiot she was with her colorist, idiotic self. But when there are other women online that I think had a certain decorum and level of intelligence, right? Pumps her as well. I need to know from y'all, what is the allure with this woman? Because she's not intelligent at all. Is it because these people say what you all want to hear? Or is it because they light skinned? Let me know because I'm really curious. Like, I don't understand why y'all are so mesmerized by somebody who is gaslighting you the same way the men are. I need to know because being a person, right, that always provides information and relationship shit is not usually my focus, but providing knowledge and information and opportunities and alternatives for black women is my specialty. I want to know why I'm so serious about this. Why do y'all always throw away real life shit and information that is actually important and that actually is meaningful in the world for all this silly shit by all these different type of people concerning relationships? And I don't care if it's Cynthia was your favorite. Now you're trying to make this lady the same way. And what you're not understanding is that all these people are doing the same thing. They're preying off of or playing on your insecurities, your wants, hopes, and dreams in regards to your low self esteem and your belief in all this nasty, downtrodden, self demeaning shit that everybody is saying about you on these websites. And the opinions of these black males that are always trying to degrade you. And instead of you, I guess, understanding enough that none of these people are Messiah or like trying to get you to learn something or go to the big aha moment. It's just to keep you stuck in that one spot and to keep you in that feeling. This is nothing but limerence, right? Where you get stuck here and it feels good now to talk shit about this situation, hear somebody talking shit about this situation. But when it comes to the actual work and the performance and changing your headspace and changing your mentality so that no false prophet like her, Princella, Cynthia, Shara, the rest of them, Tanya, could come on here and like literally start pumping to y'all the same nonsense that has been rehashed on this damn platform for years and decades, and you not be bright enough to see it. Like, I don't understand what the hell. Please, I need one of y'all to tell me why you feel you got to be hooked on that shit. Because I hope you know that in order for you, right, to ever get out of life, whatever it is you think you need in life, even if it's this magical relationship you're looking for, it's not ever going to come to you when you're listening to these type of black people online who are playing into your feelings for money. All of them are doing that. And that's all they're doing. And it doesn't matter how much you want to like them, you want to believe in them. That's what it really comes down to. Because if you don't believe me, you can do a social experiment, right? And stop giving all of them money, especially Princella, and watch how angry and violent she gets. Because it's not about anything beneficial to you. It's about thank you for talking to me. It's about really y'all doing the same stupid shit, looking for the same results and never trying to come up out of this trash can you're in. Mass to the Max said dopamine and peptide fixes temporary feels good, but not learn terms. But oh yeah, but not long term benefit. That's what Max, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now don't get me wrong, right? Everybody, I guess, has the ability, right, to come on here and run a scam and try to game people and play with your minds to make a little profit. Because I guess that's what YouTube is for, right? No, it's cool. I figured it out. But the whole thing is like, why don't people see that shit? Now I get what you saying, Max or Maz. I'm sorry, Maz to the Max. Like they feel good because they've allowed the internet to put them in a catch bag where they need to have this shit every day. It's like being a junkie for real. Like you got to keep coming back for your hit every day. But what they're not seeing is the long term, like she said, long term goal is like the whole point of you in life. And I'm not just talking about YouTube, is for you to be better, right? Oh, man. Oh, I know who you are. Okay. So it's for the whole point of you to get better in life. Like to actually each year, I'm gonna take a year's time. Be better in a different space in your life than you were the year before. You're not gonna be able to do that shit if you still talking about and fixating on the same fucking thing day after day. And y'all gotta excuse me, I'm talking kind of low because I don't want to be emotional and loud and shit in the street. Cause I'm on lunch break and I'm right in front of my building. There's mad people walking in front of me up and down the block. So y'all forgive me, right? So, but that's the thing that kept going through my mind as I was watching that video that the creator somebody come hear this put up, because they put her, they keep posting Princella's videos like this is some prolific shit, like, oh, she's so fucking brilliant, she got the answers, and it's not, none of that shit is true. It's like she knows she's got the game on lock. She studied that dude. They finally showed his face, Pimpin' Pete or whatever the fuck his name is, right? And if you guys remember when she first came on, she was always giving attributes and accolades to that dude, like being a piece of shit, gutter snipe motherfucker, taking advantage of dysfunctional, broken people is the way to go. Like, you got to think about shit. A pimp is the lowest form of a fucking person in the world. You are taking advantage and further traumatizing people who are already traumatized, already broken, and who already got to live in life with a fucking crutch and all type of mental disabilities about them. The majority of these girls, they've been raped at home, they've been beat, They've been raped further in the street, terrorized, put on drugs, just all types of physical abuses, right? And then here comes along this person that feels like, oh, I see a weak individual, somebody I could get hooked on dope or crack or something else. And then in order for them to get high again, I tell them, you got to go out there and suck this amount of dick so I can give you another hit. There's nothing honorable or nothing flattering or nothing likable about a person like that. So when you're sitting here praising this woman, you praising that type of symbolism because this is who she idolizes and where she developed this preacher style pimp type mentality platform. And it's like no matter how many times a person like me tells you this, you don't want to hear it because for people in the back whose minds are this big, you always you know associate things with someone being envious or have some type of negative or toxic agenda instead of it being the obvious, which is a warning, a hey, look out. This shit is not right. You should move away from it. It's toxic. It's not good for you. The truth. Because as I was watching that video, and although, let me tell you something, I don't have no love lost for Dr. Umar. I think he is the most educated, dumb person in the world. Like, all of these dudes, and if I remember correctly, I think Umar was like one of the original 5%ers. And then he was into that Hotep shit, and then came out of that and went into this Pan Africanism, if I'm not mistaken. So he's rooted in the same nonsense, really, as the Manosphere dudes, where his only benefit in I guess like goal in life is to obtain a woman that he could ultimately have control over, both mind up three ways: mind, body, and soul. And these are the things that I don't understand why black women just can't come to you know, come to the finale of all this bullshit. End it already. Like, you already know that they're only on here to try to convince you that you need to be their personal servant and give them free sex. And in return, you get nothing but a lifetime of abuse. We already know this. Because it's funny how when I was watching that video that was really fucking irking my nerves the whole way through, right? Is Umar, he does the same thing these black dudes do. And he is black dude. He is a black dude, so you don't expect him to do anything different. He keeps playing to the black male victim role. Everything happens to them and only them. Like, black women get a pass throughout the world as if nothing ever happens to us and it's always focused on them. Oh, their life and their lot in life is so much worse than ours, and it's such a horrible thing for them to have to endure. And everybody just lays out roses on the ground when we walk down the street and we get everything in the world we ask for. We know that not to be true. They tend to always neglect or leave out of the conversation that the reason that the majority of most little girls and women are so traumatized and so dysfunctional and so fucked up to begin with are because of the abusive black male members in their family. Everybody from father, uncle, cousin, grandfather, brother, etc. Because these dudes are behavior wise, I don't even know what other word to use, but and I guess like just instinct wise, right? Or part of who they are, child molesters. They could get upset, they could get offended by it, but it's a reality. Like 9 out of 10 women, you could just pick any women in the street that are black and you could ask them that question if they were touched as a child or violated in any way. They're going to tell you yes if they're honest. And this is a thing that is never spoken about when they try to turn the tables on women and make it seem like the problem is always with you or with us, and you don't want to come to terms with them. You don't want to try to understand where they're coming from or embrace some of the issues they have in life, when in fact it's actually the other way around. Please let me know, right? when they have ever acknowledged you as a woman, given you any amount of respect, or saw that you go through humiliating, derogatory things throughout life, through this entire country, in all types of facets of life. I don't care where you come from, what you do. Somebody's always trying to disrespect you in one way or the other, and always giving you some unfair treatment. If it's something as cutting you, and something as simple as cutting you in the line, ignoring you when you're speaking to them, or something as more serious as giving you a bad evaluation because you didn't want to hang out with the staff after work, at after hours, or you didn't feel like opening up your personal life for the whole office to have, the critique party about what it is you should do and how you should behave in life. You know, they tend to act like those type of things are not important. The way we suffer in life is not important. The way we suffer at their hands is not important, because why is it that black femicide and domestic violence is never a part of those conversations? Human trafficking, child prostitution, incest, and all of those real, very real things, right? That make black women go, we don't want to be bothered with you. We've had enough abuse from the time we were children to now. Why is that never a part of the conversation? Why is the conversation always, you know, cleaned up and prettied up to take away all the bullet holes and the knife wounds that life really inflicts on people? And then you have the economic point. Like, there is nothing literally in this world stopping any of these dudes that are out here scrubbing their asses literally on the ground instead of getting up, working, owning, buying, and doing things in life the way other adults do. There's no extra barrier for them, right? But they have the biggest problem when a black woman goes and gets an education, gets a degree, gets a decent job, whether it be corporate, federal, city, or state employed, and she's able to maintain herself, her family, and whatever else she wants to do. It's an issue now because the element of this poor dude that doesn't have anything, who just ultimately wants to control a woman to feel like he's someone, doesn't have that opportunity anymore. Those are the things that need to be in the conversation. And because they're not black women, and it's always about this dumb shit of submission and your attitude and your lashes like mine, and however you decide to do your hair, and whether you use makeup or not, or if you like your clothes tight or form fitting, it's always about some form of taking away your right to fully exercise your choice of whatever it is you want to do with your own self and body. Basically, somebody trying to oversee you in a world where you're not supposed to be overseen. And all I kept getting from that video, from her and from every dude in there, Princella, Umar, and whoever those interviewer guys was, because I try not to know any of them because I don't care about what any of these guys have to say, is the same shit. You keep trying to make relationships the the common denominator for everything in life. Like, as long as I have that, I'll be able to get through anything else. It's not true, because another person does not have an obligation to you. You have an obligation to yourself. And that is the thing, like, I seriously want black women to get, because too many of us has been conditioned by religion, by our communities, by this culture in America, cultures from other places where black people come from, where women are taught from childhood to always worship, coddle, and worry about the feelings, the comforts, the wants and desires of a guy over themselves. And you got to stop doing that, because there's not one time in their life, I don't care who they are, where they ever care about your wants, desires, needs, and whatever else before they care about their own. They just won't do it. So you should not only not be expected to do that, but you should never do it, period, because you don't get shit from it when you do it. So there's really more incentive not to do it. And it's just a disgusting thing of always shaming and blaming women into being servants, and it's annoying at this point. And when you also have women participating in this, and yes, I'm saying Prince Ella is participating in this because instead of her just saying these are the facts, y'all, you know these dudes ain't no good for you. They know they're no good for you, so this is why they got to come up with all these reasons to try to convince you that you need to be with them, right? Forget all that shit. Femicide is a real thing. Child homicide, human trafficking, domestic violence, sexual abuse. That shit is real. Always put that in the forefront, right? Then go on and start talking about things in real life that people need to address to make sure they keep their head above water, and that the fact that they ends meet around here. Like it's no it's no hidden fact that the majority of women in this country, when you go from state to state, the eviction rate group that's the highest is black women. And why is that? Because too many of us, for real, don't take education seriously ourselves. And so we get caught up in this nonsense in the communities we live in, where the first thing you want to do to prove that you some type of adult or woman is to end up having a baby with a loser and get involved with a loser and start playing house. Whereas if you actually truly took on the responsibilities and the mindset of an adult, you would start out saying to yourself, in order for me to have a good footing now and in the future in my life, I have to prepare myself. I have to go, I got to get to education. So because with that education, then I will have the money I need to live and thrive in life the way I should. But if I'm poor and I ain't got shit, and then I add a bum ass dude on top of it and then a baby, I'm going to just further deplete the shit that I have to the point where I'm making myself completely destitute. And how the hell am I supposed to build off of being at zero when this is where you're starting at? It doesn't make sense. So instead of everybody always having these conversations about relationships and the shit men are doing, I really would like to see a turnaround, right? Because if you want to worship these people and these people want to make money off of gaslighting black women, at least can we get these people to start talking about something that's actually positive towards black women and not the same old shit that they've been talking about now for the last 2 damn decades? It's so tired now. And black women, I don't know if you know it or not, but if y'all haven't been looking around YouTube, you've been losing a lot of the other women that actually give a fuck about you, your livelihood, your longevity in life, your quality of life, your better standard of life. You're losing us. I mean, I don't know if y'all understand that. And because I guess the majority of you don't care because you flock to light skinned, retarded bitches that always are the only ones, sometimes light brown, like Tanya. But it's always women that's talking about shit that's not important in the least that you flock to, and you want to make it seem like these motherfuckers are intelligent and they giving you something that you never had or didn't know before, when that's not the case. And I'm putting all of them in the same bag. Because when you throw all of them in there, and there's only a few of them that come off my head when I think about this shit. You got Cynthia, and now you got Princella. Uh, you can throw in the sprinkle lady, Tanya, whoever else is out there that's a woman with a huge platform and all she's talking about is dudes and women. They're not doing anything to help you either improve or learn how to improve your housing situation, your employment situation, anything about you to help you grow as a person. And I think it is really about time y'all start demanding shit from them. And if they don't want to deliver, fine. Start unsubscribing and taking huge chunks of time away from those platforms, because you got to start incorporating the supply and demand into YouTube. You have to demand change in order for these people to start supplying it, because they're all sitting on nonsense. All their thrones are made off of shit. Like the shit that you don't need to be concerned with. I think that as an adult, right, you should already know that if you're out here busting your ass to make a living, right, you do not need to add no grown ass dude to the equation who cannot do anything but, I'm trying to be a comedian right now, help you with light bill money, or not even that, or could come in and increase your light bill, burn up your damn heating bill, kill your refrigerator to the point where you got no food, make your children feel uncomfortable, put them and you in a dangerous situation, and you feel like that's something you obligated to do because for all your life, and now during this time of your YouTube fascination or addiction, you can't stop not doing shit that's harmful to you. When are you going to wake up and say, all of these women are not on here doing anything for me, but keeping me stuck in the same fucking mindset of lack? And then just get off of it. Let it go. It's really not that fucking hard. Believe me, I've done it myself. I've been on here and then said, fuck this shit. Put it down for weeks at a time and then came back, did one or two, slipped away again. You know how much more shit I got accomplished when I wasn't on here than when I am? It's crazy. Matt said, unfortunately, black women globally have been conditioned to give a man a chance. Listen, you you could do that, right? But here's the problem with that. He's not gonna give you that chance. And sometimes when you dealing with them motherfuckers, real talk, you're not the chance that you're not giving is gonna cost you your fucking life. Like I don't know how many of you have not been over there or been over there on Black Girl Unlost's page, American Crime, Twisted Crime, Viral Crimes, and all these other damn crimes on YouTube. But those are all dead women and dead children. And how these bum ass niggas that y'all keep wanting to have relationships with is splitting their fucking heads open like it's nothing to it, cutting their fucking necks, decapitating women, blowing their brains out, and doing mad disrespectful shit with their body. Like they leaving black women on the side of fucking roads. They burying you in hollow graves, throwing you off bridges, throwing you into the woods so animals can eat you when you oh, decomposing. It's disgusting. And the crazy shit is you see it or you run from it, but you know it exists. And the only time shit gets real to you is when it happens to someone close to you, when you truly understand that you can be next. Then all of a sudden you get a little queasy when it's just so easy from the beginning to eliminate all this shit out your life. Like just starting today. Unsubscribe from all those black dudes channels. Unsubscribe every one of them. Starting with Umar and all the rest of them. You don't need to know about none of the shit they talking about because all it comes back to is you being somebody that can provide a place to stay, money to give them when they don't have none, and somebody to fuck on when they don't have anybody else to do it. Why do you want to be that person? Why do you want to be equivalent to like a human toilet bowl for another person? It's gross. And you can't tell me it's not like that because it is. Because you're talking about people that don't even, I'm gonna put this over here for a minute, talk to y'all, close up my chair, get inside. You're talking about people, right, that don't even have enough respect for themselves to get a high school diploma or to get, sorry about that, y'all, or to get a college degree, right? So that they are able to take care of themselves like every grown person should. And they refuse to do it. And then, right, you have the situation of them feeling like they're entitled to you. That when they walk anywhere near you, you supposed to stop and want to offer them some pussy, offer them a opportunity to live in your house, or give them all the money in your bank account. You got to just get to the point where you go, I don't need any of this shit online, and I don't need them. And what I need to do is make myself more important than them, get my money together, and get away from all this shit with black people that don't take politics seriously, own home ownership, owning businesses, starting and building things in the community that's needed, you know, and just growing generational wealth. And if those people are not having those conversations, you know that they're detrimental to you. And you just need to get out of that space, because that space is a stagnant space that's going to end up costing you either all your life because you're going to waste your time, or it's going to cost you your life by somebody taking it. So that's the point. Got it? So don't don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. And when you don't want to be in the presence of black males and you can't stand their company, and you have other black women staring at you like you crazy because you don't want to be nowhere near these niggas, make sure to stay away from women like that too. Okay? Because those be the main ones set you up, because they think you thinking you better than them, when all you want in life is not to be used and abused and treated like you ain't shit, because you are worth the world. And once you start thinking that about yourself and understanding that all these dudes, they just coming to smile in your face to use you until the next person that to be used comes along. And it really needs to stop, y'all. It does. Because we got all these young women out here that don't have no grown women out here properly training them or teaching them or guiding them to be women that's going to contribute back to our society positively. It's terrible. So please do me a favor, okay? Work on stopping all this subscription to relationship, dating, marriage, and I just got to have a relationship with somebody to feel like I'm a whole person type shit. You please work on getting rid of that and start trying to work on, how am I going to grow my money? What happened to those girls back in the days that was talking about, you know, being the independent women who worried about money first and everything else last? We need them back with a quickness. All right, I got to get back in here from lunch because I'm damn late. But I just had to share that with y'all, because this whole craze over Priscilla got to stop, because she's not positive for y'all at all. She's just keeping y'all hooked on that bullshit. All right. See y'all soon.